use any of those trigger words, you know. Hello.
Sure.
We're live. We're live.
We are live. Hello, everyone.
Any of those trigger words, you know.
Hello. We got someone.
We're live. We're live.
We are.
Somebody's
live. Hello,
somebody's echoing.
Let's find out. Yeah, it's Dan's.
Is it Dan?
Yeah.
Dan, you are echoing.
Got his YouTube playing, so I believe he's yeah, it's Dan's.
Is it Dan?
Yeah.
Dan, you are echoing.
Got his YouTube.
Shut your YouTube off, my friend.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No problem.
There you go. Much better.
All right. Sorry about that.
No problem.
These little glitches are what makes the show real, you know.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. We know you're out there. We know you're watching.
Come on in, have a seat. There's coffee in the back of the room. I don't think we stocked it with any refreshments tonight.
No.
Did we? We got here kind of late. So Lola, did you put out any refreshments? No, there's no shoe cam either. No. Oh.
What? She's got an Indie Volt shirt on.
She does. There we go.
But she's got no shoe cam tonight. We've been denied a shoe cam. Brian just says hello, Brian.
That's okay, but Pixel's probably disappointed.
Yeah.
It is sponsored by IndieCron, by the way.
That's right. It's sponsored by IndieCron.
Not that Pixel has something. Well, I don't know what he's got a thing for, but maybe he will be disappointed after all.
You know, it's funny. I'll tell you later. It's a pretty funny story how that came up. But yeah,
I just figured we liked him enough to pick on him. That's why
we did. Yeah, we did. We did. Yeah, we did like him. We did like him. It's one of those things where we try to take as many great ideas as we can and throw them against the wall. And for me, I threw an idea against the wall this weekend. Randy did not stick
because we can't help but fling shit at walls.
That's right, and I'll talk about that tonight, as well as a bunch of other stuff. We got 2 questions in too.
Flinging shit at walls, you mean?
That's right, flinging shit at walls.
Cool.
Let's see here. Basement Comics says, "What's up, everybody? Hello." See, Big Speech says, "Manslaughter is coming. The most anticipated new creator in CG and indie comics. Stay alert."
See, soon we will be super chattable, and when we are, we plan on having all sorts of people promoting their work while they pay us.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Oh yeah,
really looking forward to that.
Naomi Comics says, "What's the word?" Yeah, I guess we can roll
What's the
intro.
Word? Larry Higgins is dancing cartwheels. He got himself a gig at Antarctic Press, regular book next year. Congratulations,
congrats, Larry. That's awesome. Yeah,
that's great news. Good for you.
Should I roll the intro?
You want me to do it?
I got it. Yeah. We'll roll the intro so you guys on the other side of it.
Hit something funny before we get into it.
Oh, you talking to play something funny before we get into it?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we'll
here we go, folks. Hang on. Anytime.
Can you hammer a 6-inch spike through a board with your penis?
Not right now.
A girl's gotta have her standards.
The following program contains violence, disturbing imagery, nudity, and, oh my God, why are you even watching this? Just run away. This shit is going to give you nightmares. For real. The program is rated TV MA NSFW OMFG GAF TTV BYGAS. Why are you still here? Seriously, don't watch this. We can't warn you strongly enough. Do you need a doctor of some kind? What is the matter with you?
I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
I am.
At least you're wearing pants.
Oh, yeah. Good Tuesday evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday night. It must be live wire time, 9 p.m. here, Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, founder of Indie Media, Varian and Randy. I've been making comics since 2008. That's a long time. It's not that long, but it's a long time. I'm a comic book artist, illustrator. I call myself that creator, publisher. I guess I can add distributors to that list now. And geek, gamer, father, husband, reluctant taxpayer, not in that order. And this is Indie Vote Live Wire. I am joined as always by the beautiful Indie Princess. Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hello, guys. I am okay, I guess.
For the first time in months, Indie Princess Lola does not have a campaign running. A piece of her soul is missing.
Yeah, my campaign is down now. But it will be coming back for those who did not get it, and it will be going to Kickstarter.
There we go.
I'm waiting on the approval now.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Since Varian has his microphone off,
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
introduce myself. You're all right.
Go ahead.
Hey, everybody. I'm Randy Zimmerman. I'm a longtime alternative and independent comics creator, producer, publisher, everything. I've done just about everything in this business over a period of decades, and real happy to be here at Indie Volt. I'm reconstructing Arrow Comics. We've got our first set of books out. We're so pleased with 4 books per month for the retailers to pick up through Liberty Distributors, ledg.us. So we got some great product. I actually have them right here next to me. Indie Volt Revolt, strangely entitled after our great program here. I've got Hero Bot Zero #1. Oh, and they're pretty too. They're really, really bright. Hero Bot especially. It's a 3-foot tall giant robot that fights big monsters. I have Only Death Can Save Us by the great Russ Leach. That he had a campaign that was running for a while. We're taking that book and making it available in smaller formats to the retailer. And I also have Hybrids from Luke Stone, who's currently, though this is issue #1, he's currently working on issue 10. So all those worries about folks from retailers about the indie folks not being able to hit deadlines, probably don't have to worry about it for a while. So we're all available again through Liberty Entertainment Distributors. Books are available now. Are they up on the site and available?
They will be. They would have been up this. It would have been yesterday afternoon, but I want to take a day off. So yeah, but I'll make sure they're up there.
Fantastic! Can't wait for the retailers to get them into their stores. Real eager.
And Nandor, hello.
Hello, guys. Thanks for having me. I'm not Nandor Fox Schaefer. I'm a comic book writer. I've been writing comics for the past 4 or 5 years. I came out with my first book when I was 20 years old, and I've been making comics ever since. I have a new campaign that I just launched yesterday called Man Child. It's for the first issue, and I'm so excited to talk about it.
Cool. And last but not least, Dan. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Glad to be here, Varian. I'm Dan Price. I am a artist writer. I have worked in comics since 2007. Did my very first book, Latex Avenger, followed by Masters of the Obvious, and now I'm working on Bigfoot Knows Karate.
That's cool.
Cool. Looks like he's frozen.
Did he freeze?
Yep.
Okay.
I think so. Yep.
No, he'll come back. There it is. It
There
froze
he is.
a little bit. Bonus.
You froze for a little bit.
Oh,
Dan.
sorry about that. Yeah, no, I don't know where I lost you, but I'm Dan Price.
You just got done saying Bigfoot Knows Karate.
Perfect. Bigfoot Knows Karate, Kickstarter, October 13th. I'm going to stop messing things up now.
There you go.
No problem. Randy, I guess it's the quick little update. It's the big thing everyone talked about last weekend was that Liberty. I launched Liberty. No, I already launched Liberty, but Liberty Distribution got a ton of books out the door.
Tonnage.
Yeah. And A shit ton. So we showed the pictures of the books being printed. Here they were coming off the rails of the printer. But those books got into the warehouse and they went out. We had to have a little mini adventure and restack them, you and I. But 18,000 books shipped out. 27,000 came in. 18,000 went out. And I thought today, I said, when I woke up, I said, I feel a lot better now. I feel better. I won't be stiff. I won't be sore. No. Comic books has beat me up. So, I'm still feeling the effects of rearranging that warehouse. Looking forward to those. It's a good kind of pain. At least it's rewarding. Lola was there to watch too, to supervise. That's what
supervise.
You supervise a lot of.
I pulled my back out.
Yeah, see. Yeah.
Did you? You threw your back out?
Yeah.
She'd be all
With
right.
the boxes or after?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're still in pain?
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. I didn't feel it until 2 days later. I came home and I went through and packed all of the Revolt Indiegogo campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Got that shipped out. Woke up. What was that? Friday, Saturday. I think I packed that all up. Woke up Sunday, barely able to move.
Yeah.
Had a great time getting down here for Sunday Funnies.
Yeah. So the first question comes in to us from Mason, and Mason is upset about shipping.
Shipping.
Yes, he's upset about shipping. Okay. So Mason says, and he's put a lot of expletives in here, and there's.
But you didn't have time to type it up, or are you just going to wing it?
Yeah, I was going to wing it. I didn't have time to type it up for him. So
okay.
He's been out all day.
Yeah.
Laying down.
So Mason says, I'm upset that I'm getting scammed on shipping.
Mm-hmm.
I pay $8 to $10 for a book only to see it come in the mail in a Gemini mailer, media mail.
Mm-hmm.
I know how much Gemini mailers cost.
Mm-hmm.
I know how much shipping should cost and how much media mail costs. You're ripping your customers off. Stop it. Mason, you know what? I understand. I hear what you're saying, and I respectfully disagree. And here's why. Because, sure, Gemini mailers are pretty cheap, even cheaper if you use Volt 10, our discount code over Gemini Comic Supply. So if you got you're doing a campaign, you could take Volt 10 and get your books. But that was not to set that up.
10% off your book, your whole order.
10%.
Not just your supply. Whatever you order, use that code on your way out.
I just wrote that down immediately. Thank you for that.
No problem. Volt 10.
That's awesome.
That's something they've only made available to us too. So.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Now,
for
Mason,
our listeners.
And believe it or not, I didn't do that because we have a code. I didn't. But Mason, it takes a lot of money and time to put together, packaging. You're not taking into account. There's you're driving it to the post office. It's gas. Dropping it off or calling whatever service you use to have. There's packing supplies that go with it. Tape. I can't tell you how many times I've got a sticker on like the outside of my box or a custom box in the mail. That type of stuff can rack up the cost. I'm sure you didn't ask for that type of stuff, so I understand you might not want to pay for it. I get that too. But I don't feel like you're being cheated. I'm sorry. And now there is a dollar amount to where, if you pay, I'll be honest, if you pay $15 for a book and it came media mail and you saw where they only paid $2 and some change, I can understand you feeling a particular way. But $10, I kind of expect it.
It's called shipping and handling.
And handling. Yeah, I mean, how much is the handling? How much is the handling worth to you? I had when I was in Vegas, I met a young lady the night. And she told me handling was $40. Oh,
Wrong kind of handling, my friend.
Oh, okay.
JD also says that's sweat. That's called sweat equity.
She said that's never mind.
The thing is, it's with my shipping, everybody was charging $10 to ship out. I figured $10 for a 140-page graphic novel was a good price. But when I got to the post office and saw how high first class priority was, I balked at it and sent a lot of them out media mail because it was so expensive. Because yes, I have a Gemini mailer tied up into that. I also have a bunch of bubble wrap, but I also threw in 1 or 2 extra books that I had sitting around. His wife was happy that I was cleaning out the basement, and I was really happy. I was doing that anyway. But when I got to the post office and the first couple of packages went through, it's a thick package. I went, holy crap! No, it was higher than $10. So yeah, some of that stuff went out media mail, and I'm sorry that it did, but I was also confident because they hate to sound like a shill, but it's the truth. They were wrapped in Gemini mailers. I knew they would be safe going media mail.
Yeah.
You guys feel free to weigh in on that.
That's a great package, a great thing to use when you're shipping stuff out.
Yeah. You guys feel free to weigh in on that. What do you think? But first, before you respond, Critical Blast says flat rate priority boxes. If it fits, it ships, and the box is free. Put your Gemini in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get them in the mail all the
Good evening,
time.
Jason.
Gemini boxes. These things are fantastic. I mean, this is definitely what I'm going to be using for mine.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw them, I'm like, no, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Joe says LMAO, wrong type of handling variant, but yes, bags and boards cost, bubble wrap or poly mailer bags. That Gemini mailer, vote 10, all cost money. All costs money, plus the time spent packaging. I packaged everything up myself, so if there's a problem, I'm the guy to blame. But like I said, it also gave me an opportunity to toss 2 or 3, at least 1 extra book in there per everybody's shipment, so that they had a little extra, a little added value for their buck. On top of that book, because that book is thick. It looks great. I can show you what that looks like too. Here, I got it sitting right here. Here we are. Boom. That book is nice and thick, printed incredibly well.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
we also have a deal with sponsorship over at Mix'em. Though Mix'em didn't print that book, they do print incredibly well as well. So
Let's see here. Sorry, let me roll back up. I'm guessing missing content.
I used a great local print on demand guy that was like 40 minutes really away from my house. So I went and picked him up. Well, actually, I went and dropped the files off. They said, "What are you doing here? You should have put it online."
Yeah.
I didn't have to drive all this way. I said, "Well, okay. I'm just an old guy,
Now, Nando,
use them internets." Yeah.
Your books are pretty thick. To ship those, they cost a bit more than probably the typical floppy comic.
Yeah.
What's your normal price point for shipping 1 issue seasons?
I usually, I'm one of those people where when I back a book, when I back a campaign, I always try to think of what would keep me from backing a book, or what would kind of be a little roadblock. Like if I'm going to a campaign and I'm choosing this reward, and then I put it in the cart and I'm ready to check out, and then I go to shipping and it's like an added $8 to $10. Sometimes that bugs me a little bit. So I try to keep my shipping as low as possible. I'll never go higher than I'd probably say $6 to $7. But just because for me, sometimes that extra $10 is something that I didn't account for when I'm about to buy that book. And then when I see that, I'm like, oh man, I'm paying more than I thought I was going to have to pay. So that's the customer part of me, but also the creator part of me totally understands everything you're saying. And there's a lot of things that I think you really have to be transparent with your backers and your customers about, and let them know this is why this is costing so much. You can't just, I don't think you should just have them guess. I think you should really explain to them why this is costing so much, and why you're paying $8 to $10. With U.S. shipping or domestic shipping, and especially with international shipping, that's even another thing. But letting them know that, hey, when you're about to get this book, and if you're not prepared for how much shipping is going to cost, let me let you know how much it's going to be, and that way they're ready for it. Because sometimes I'm not ready for it. Like I said, I'm about to buy the book, and then I'm like, oh crap, like $10 more. Like I wasn't expecting that. So I think it's critical to be sure to be as transparent as possible.
That can especially throw you if you've got a Kickstarter and you throw your postage on afterwards. You have to have somebody come back in,
right?
And then you go, hey, thanks for buying in, but now I need another $15 for shipping. Okay.
Yeah, and that's something you never want to do. That's just a lot of heartburn right there.
Yeah, it is. That's the type of stuff that when I've experienced it on Kickstarter, and I was like, oh man, I don't know if I want to back this person again, because it's like, well, there's an additional charge. I get it though. I do understand when shipping is pending. I mean, I'm also the same guy who like buys Hot Toys from Sideshow. So, and a lot of times they'll put an item out, and it'll be an upcoming item. And you can go into payment plans, you can pay it right off then, but it always says, hey, shipping on this is pending because we don't know how what the weight's going to be or anything.
Yeah.
Let me go. So it looks like, so Randy, looks like there's a problem with the comments. The YouTube comments are on a bit of a delay, I believe.
Are they?
They all came in like a lot of them came in like 4 or 5 at a time.
I haven't seen that happen here. Well, there was a small bump.
Pop says Nandor.
Hey, Pops.
Yeah, he says, cost me $12 ship a Gemini first class the other day. eBay estimate was $770. I took that hit. So if the media mail, so if I email Gemini, at least you got it safe. Yeah. Jason Moore in the house. Yeah, you read that.
Yep.
Jerry E for Comics says, Dan the man.
What's up, Jerry? How are you, bud?
Critical Bastards, we even count the cost of our label and tape by the inch. Otherwise, it's death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that too, Critical Bastards, because I've been noticing something happening lately, and I want creators to stop it immediately. I get why you're doing it, but need to stop. Well, let me get to the comments first. D. Hausner says Bigfoot knows karate. Pop says, hell, Indie.
Thanks for listening, D. Appreciate you.
Critical Blast says, that's why we work with our clients before launching and get all the possibilities for our campaign. The first word in customer is custom. That's true.
Yep.
And Mary Machine Gun says, what up? By the way, Critical Blast, I'm stealing that. The first word in customer is custom. I'm stealing it. It will be plastered all over Liberty site tomorrow. It's mine now. But no, okay, so I'm opening these Gemini mailers lately, and the creators are taking great care of making sure that everything is kind of packed together. But what they're also doing now is they are using that's ridiculously strong Scotch tape. It's pretty thick as far as the width of the tape is, and it's freaking heavy duty.
And they're making me mad.
Yeah. So when you go to pull the tape off so you can get like whatever tapes to your package, it starts ripping the damn comic bag. It's so strong because it's sealed that way.
Oh yeah,
man.
Yep.
Man.
So you might as well pull your stuff out the bag first, because if you can't, because that bag is gone.
Well, also
broken nails trying to get into Gemini boxes.
Oh, you're not talking about getting into the comic itself, getting into
Gemini boxes. I'm talking about getting into the comic. Yeah, into the comic. It was they'll put tape across that bag, and it's like.
Well, I got to tell you, some of that's the plastic on the bag too. So the manufacturers on those have gotten a lot. Because I had to go out and buy bags for the first time in a few years from the local retailer when I was shipping Revolt out, and those bags are thinner and they're slicker too. They're driving me crazy sliding across the table.
Yeah.
Well, if it's anything like, yeah, Jerry just said in the chat, if I was trying to protect it from the mailman, if it's anything like my mailman, I think he hates me because everything I get is bent. I mean, and even when it says do not bend on there, I got a package. I bought a print from a guy who was doing a charity drive. And so I bought this print from him and it came, it came in like one of those soft packets with like the bubble wrap inside of it. That was just crushed. That was just crushed. So those Gemini mailers are awesome. And just, if you have my mailman, run.
Well, you have to also remember they've got like a split second. They're on a timer. They got a route that they have to do. So if they got a square peg, they got to squeeze that baby into that post office or into that in that post box, and that's what they're going to do. If they think if it can bend, they're going to bend it. And if there's a way to mangle, it's going to get mangled. So that's why the Gemini mailers are so cool. Because you can take them, pack them up, and literally throw them across the room. It's not going to damage the book.
Our resident mail expert, JD Rosario,
Mr. Rosario,
has something to say against it. Yeah, I've been told. Listen, he's first of all, I don't know if you guys realize this now, but especially us here at IndieVolt, JD Rosario is technically Marvel canon. He was drawn by a Marvel artist for a Marvel special about being a superhero, real life superhero. That makes him canon, which is probably why he has such crappy storylines. Anyway,
oh
man,
that's JD Rosario who does the Interceptor. That is also available on Liberty Distribution.
Yeah, now his book is great. But like look at him. Look what crap he's going. He's sitting there right now on a sprained ankle. A New York City mailman laid up, failed by a sprained ankle. It writes itself. It's terrific.
Just remember, Mr. Rosario, Varian is on drugs tonight.
This might be
he is rolling with the painkillers.
A little off topic, but talking about bags. Have you guys noticed that it's a lot harder to get bags and boards now?
Well, right now it's a little harder to get everything.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. But I've been talking to my local. I have a few comic shops here in my area, and they've both been just telling me like, hey, like I don't know the next time I'm gonna be able to get some bags and boards in. So like they've been going to the regular distributor, and it's like back ordered till like next year or something, and so they're like telling me be sure to get as much as you can, right now, but because you just don't know. And I'm not one of those people that goes and buys everything up so other people can't have it, but at the same time I'm like that's really too bad. That sucks.
Well, you also have to remember, not only is the supply chain crippled right now, though it's getting better slowly but surely, the main comic distributor is more than crippled right now. So if they tell you that there's a problem with supply, that might be on their end as well as the supplier. So you might have to jump a step or go directly to a manufacturer in order to get your supplies. Because I'm sure if there's, right now, I would imagine right now, especially plastic is a little expensive because everybody and their brother was using it for shields.
Yeah.
And now that everything's been pretty well protected, there's still that need for plastic, and that includes the thin plastic that they use for those bags. Supplies might be rough.
I've seen Lola nod her head and say she was, able to get her bags and boards. She ordered a couple hundred. But I think the difference is that a lot of comic stores are expecting to buy them in bulk and get a discount. And those packages aren't available right now, especially when they know they can break that package up and charge, a little bit more for them. Because you got to remember, to the indie princess, cost. I've watched this woman for 11 years. Cost at some point starts to not be an issue. Like, how much did you pay for that? Oh, $50. Are you aware that's a $10 item? So she does not care. It was boards and bags. She needed them. She had the money to acquire them, and she did it. So that's the difference. But yeah, I have heard that bags and boards are getting harder. In fact, a friend of mine told me that it was the first time in 10 years he's been going to his current comic shop, and it was the first time that they ever handed him books, without complimentary bags and boards.
Wow.
Critical Blast says, yes, I swear the ship that got stuck in the Suez Canal had all the bags and boards for the world on it.
Totally.
Had a lot of everything on it, apparently.
Yeah. All the lithium batteries were there too, right?
Yeah.
And the silver for processing chips.
Yep.
I'm here in a GM town, and they have a lot of cars parked in parking lots waiting for one little chip to go into their computer system in order to ship them out. So it's pretty crazy right now.
Randy, this is the question that you'll enjoy.
Sure. So I get my soapbox ready?
You're going to get your soapbox because this is about legalities. Okay.
I'm no lawyer, but I can play one on TV.
Okay. And you guys, the rest of you, everyone else listening, this is a good one. And this one is from Josh, not our Josh, but another Josh.
Our Josh is probably still in transit from the way he was talking on Facebook.
Yeah.
He got stuck in the latest airplane debacle.
Yeah. Yeah. Coming back from a show. Yeah. That's everyone who did shows this week has kind of been, if they have to travel, I've been watching their airport sagas. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get, it's like, oh man, this is a mess more than usual. And for us,
Eric was having a rough time getting home too. I think he's finally home though.
Yeah, he's home. He spent his luggage is still in Texas though.
Houston, yeah.
But he spent the night in the Houston airport, so that was great for him.
Oh yeah.
So here we go, and this one is from Josh.
Okay.
Josh says, "Hello, I am writing a comic about the life of my aunt. She had a very tough childhood growing up, and I thought it would make a good comic book, educational if nothing else for young women. I submitted the project to a printer who, after accepting my money and giving me a due date, decided that he did not want to proceed with printing the project. He then told me why. Because while looking at the pages, he noticed sexual activity in the comic with a person that was not, of age yet to be. I gotta be able to say it for YouTube safety.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Yeah, so, I get the gist. Yeah.
So now the printer is telling me he will not print my book, nor will he refund my money. And if I try to go to the police, he will turn over the pages and get me in trouble. I don't know what to do, Josh.
Wow.
Yeah, did he? I mean, if it's art, and see, this is where the CBODF comes in a way, but they don't really do that. They have to be the government against you, right, Randy?
No, not necessarily, but I don't know if that would be something the CBLDF would cover. I would definitely consult a lawyer at this point. You should have known better, especially under current social climes, not to at least not to show. I'm not sure how bad it is or how adult the material or the drawings that you have done are, but in any case, the printer should have refunded your money, and you can definitely sue for that. You can definitely sue to get your money back. You can't sue him probably for damages because he's got the choice of whether or not he can print your book or not. But if he decides not to print your book, he's also deciding not to do the service that you've paid him to do. And in that case, he should have refunded your money. So that part to me is not just as illegal, but it is illegal to, because he is literally blackmailing you to keep you, I don't know, to keep your money probably.
Yeah.
But he needs to refund you everything that you've paid him. I hope you haven't paid him a lot because it might be a long time before you see that returned, and you might have to take him to small claims court.
I think
because you might be able to and consult a lawyer, because I'm not a lawyer, and you need to take that. You probably need to take that consultation money. You need to pay the lawyer for a consulting fee, but I think that you've got a strong case in small claims court to get that money back, depending upon how much you paid him. Oh, extortionist. Yes, that's what it is.
Sweet time for education from Zim.
There you go.
Joseph A. Michael says, "Hey y'all, hey Joseph, how's it going?" Pop says that the book state that the person having relations is of age, or is it obvious? I'm guessing it must be obvious because he said the guy looked at the pages and was like, "Hey, I'm not printing this."
He might have just been looking for an excuse to keep his money too.
Yeah. John Dunn says the printer has never dealt with Crumb, and yes, again, Lloyd's underwrites.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that type of it seems unfair. I mean, the holding your money seems unfair. That's not right. You know, give your money back if you don't feel. What
we really need to know a little bit more about the circumstances. I'd be curious about the artwork as to exactly how adult it is. Plus, when your printer was coming to accept the job, if it's something that he could physically see, he should have turned it away at that point and not taken your money. So it's really fishy to me.
Mm-hmm.
He should have told you, "Hey, don't you know any better? Get out of here."
That right there. I've been in a situation at conventions where I've had people ask me to do commissions that were less than savory. I'll put it like that. And, it is with, I didn't take their money first. I just said, "I'm sorry, you'll need to go somewhere else to go get that." Because, and then they can make, there's other artists who are willing to take that work. And, the printer should have been more forthright than that to take your money first. But yeah.
And just remember, I know you're thinking that was his aunt or his grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
His aunt. Yeah. I know you're thinking it's a real life experience, and I can show that because it's a real life experience. But under today's mores, you really can't.
Mm-hmm.
You really can't. You have to keep things in a modern context, in order to not break any laws. Let's put it that way. And I don't think I would wonder, you might want to consult a lawyer to know whether or not you even broke any laws, because it's really a gray area and a fine line, especially when it comes to what is defined as pornography or acceptable. So definitely consult a lawyer. If you have a friend that's a lawyer, that's even better. If you have a friend that's a lawyer that reads comics, that's a double plus.
Yeah. And there might be even, like if, if he's watching this, listening to this right now, which I hope he is, like I would think, well, maybe change your comic to where you just write in the comic that this is what happened. You don't have to show anything, but you can just write it in there. And that way you bypass all of that. It still does the job, you're telling the reader, whoever's reading it, what happened, and you don't need to show anything. You just need to just do that. At this point, it's not about who's right or wrong. It's like, you want to get your money's worth and get it out there as soon as possible. And if I were you, I would just change that page or whatever, change the panel and just do something different. And that way, maybe if you changed it, they would print it.
Well, and also, if you think about great, scenes, scary scenes in movies and things like that, some of the, greatest stuff is taking place off camera. If you think about the ear scene in Reservoir Dogs, that was that way they moved that camera away just to make, and frankly, that made it more interesting, using shadow, using close-ups on things that are in the room or something like that. Then you put the suspension, they have to imagine what's going on rather than you showing them exactly. So take that for what it's worth.
Now, this also isn't the first time we've addressed a question like this, where a printer has taken on a job and then refused a job and refused to pay anybody back.
Wow.
So this seems to be this seems to be a growing problem. We just had this question a couple months ago, didn't we?
Yeah, a question close to it. I think that
Almost exactly like this.
Well, I think
Only
in
it
that
wasn't
case,
based off of a biographical event.
yeah, I think last time it came up, it was actually I think the person they had. It wasn't about. It was. I think it was about the violence.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was about the violence. It wasn't about like any sexuality in the book. It was
Yeah.
based on the violence. Now we had a situation.
Even still, the printer found something objectionable enough to threaten
Sure.
to go to the cops if they wanted to complain about the money. I think Joe here is right from a desk of a small press publisher. He says, get a lawyer first and call that printer's bluff. Printers can't go to police on the material because you personally are not breaking a law. Once a lawyer files suit and they do it, then it goes into damages.
Yeah, I would. I would maybe contact the lawyer and say, "Hey, look, this guy's holding my money. He won't give it back."
Yeah, because we don't know the full context of the artwork that you've done. It might be incredibly offensive.
I think actually the first thing,
or it might be very tasteful and delicate. We don't know.
And that lawyer's probably going to tell you the first thing you have to do first, if you've been wronged in that regard, you gotta go file police report. So at least there's that on file that, hey.
Well, I think you're probably looking at a small claims here, depending upon how much money he's spending.
Yeah, but
and that's just a matter of getting your wrist slapped in front of a judge. And even though the guy goes, well, the material was wrong, the judge will tell him, well, you shouldn't have taken the job in the first place.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't, and they didn't take the job, but now it's like.
Well, he took the job. He took the guy's money. Then he looked at the work, and that's not right because. And also, here's a lesson for everybody else: if you have an adult book with adult content, you need to ask your printer, "Do you print adult material?"
Mm-hmm.
Because there are very few printers out there that do, and some printers that will, but on third shift.
Yeah,
really.
Oh yeah, there are printers who will say, "Yeah, we'll print your adult stuff, but look, we're gonna do it at night because we want to wait till we got a either we gotta wait till we got a predominantly gendered staff that won't mind that content, and
and also keep in mind that the context, the mores of the country have shifted a lot within the last 5 to 10 years, and the old test your ground underground movement isn't going on anymore. The stuff that Crumb did, the cutting edge material, that the constant testing and poking the bear and testing that line, you don't see that much anymore for a reason, because that line is getting more and more defined all the time, and the bar is lowering constantly as to what's tolerated and what's not. People are losing their sense of humor. They're losing their sense of context. They're losing their sense of ethics. Obviously, with this printer, there's something wrong in his head if he doesn't just, because even if he was disgusted at your material, he should have thrown the money back at your face and tell you, I ain't taking this.
Yeah.
I worked on, when I mentioned that I did a book earlier called Latex Avenger, and he had a sidekick named Spermicidal Foam Lad, and together they repelled crime 99.9% of the time. I did that book for about 7-8 issues. I did that for a few years, and it was a great book. It was a lot of fun. From a different time period, though. Like you said, the world has changed dramatically. I never had a printer give me a hard time about printing something, but it was, but it definitely got a lot of strange looks over the years at conventions. I used to give away condoms with my website on them. Good marketing. What are you going to do? So, but yeah, the world has changed a lot in the last few years. I don't know if that character would even fly as well as it did back then today.
Yeah, I mean,
have any of you guys read Will Eisner's A Contract with God?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure, but the reason why I bring that up is I was reading it again recently, and I had a whole new just outlook on it, because two of those stories, if you get the anniversary edition, which I got recently, two of them deal with underage kids and stuff, and I remember reading that, and I was like, it was shocking because I'm like, man, you can't do this today, and then I'm thinking it was Will Eisner, and then I'm like, I'm surprised they haven't taken this off the shelves, too.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting when I was reading it, and that's semi autobiographical too. So
Yeah.
I don't know where that falls in line with legality, but it was definitely it made me stand back for a moment and think about how things used to be and how things are now.
Yes. And things have shifted drastically. So you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's best to be as careful as possible.
There's even a lot of movies out there that you can't catch on streaming, or at least not catch unedited, because of certain scenes here and there that are now not acceptable.
Mm-hmm. You know, I was going to tell you, I got a 1978 version of that, The Contract with God.
Cool.
Cool. And it was I went into a store I just took Randy to. I won't put them on blast on the air, but they had it on the stand. I looked at, oh, this is and I pulled it out, and the price tag on the back said $4.99. And I said, and I said, I quickly put it in my basket and went around like checking out before they realized their mistake. And they checked me out with that book at $4, so just under $5. And it was $5 and some change, and I was happy to get out of there with that. I didn't read A Contract with God until I think I was 26, 27, and that book stayed with me for for a while. That I mean, just the stories in that book,
definitely, I think about it all the time.
That's all the questions I got, Randy. But before you step into the next segments, I want to let everybody know, thank you for listening to us on Indie Volt Radio. Right now, 89,104 listening, 89,104 people listening on Indie Volt Radio. Thank you.
We appreciate each and every one of you.
That's right. They're tuning in right now. I think Alexa is actually our highest used service right now at this current hour. People are listening on their Alexa devices, which are cool.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens towards the end of next hour.
Yeah, it looks like it. I could be wrong.
We could break that 100,000 ceiling again. Would be good. Tell your friends.
Do it.
Yeah, it'd be nice. So thanks for listening on Indie Radio. Download the app on Google Play. The Flock's in the house. The Flock says, I had to fire my colors for not meeting deadlines. Paid him for his time, but had to move on. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's it.
We always have to be pivoting in this business. Always got to be ready for the next catastrophe.
Yeah.
Happens all the time, and you have deadlines, and they have to get met. So it is a business after all.
Yeah.
So,
Randy, with that said, we got a couple of good campaigns to jump into. I'm going to step away for just a quick second. I will let you and Miss Lola lead the charge. But while you do that too, I want to remind everybody that Indie Volt, the Indie Volt Awards are coming up September 18th, live from Dave & Buster's. I'll play the ad real quick, and when I come back, I won't be here, but they will be, and I'll be right back. I'm not gonna be gone that long.
Okay. All right, buddy. That's indievoltawards.com. This is a judged event. It's going to be broadcast live from Dave & Buster's on September 18th. I'm not sure if you can even get a book in right now for consideration.
You can.
Probably for a short time period left. So go over to indievoltawards.com for more information on that. Like I said, it's a judged event. There's only one award given out as fan favorite. The rest of them will all be judged by an impartial jury, and that's why there's a small fee to sign in or to get a book up for a nomination. It is a small fee, and that fee in return goes to a vital charity. So we want this awards ceremony to be top notch. It's going to be a physical trophy award. It'll be broadcast online as well as a live award show over at the local Dave & Buster's here. But future award shows will be held at Dave & Buster's all across the country. We're looking forward to that as well.
Wow, that's awesome. Is there a deadline, like a set deadline?
There is. Let me look it up. I don't remember it offhand.
The award show itself is September 18th, so it's coming on real fast.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, they've had quite a few nominations already. We want to judge this on quality and not on fan favoritism. You know, the real point of doing the awards is to raise awareness for quality, alternative, and independent comics.
That's awesome.
That's the idea behind it. So, and this is something Varian's been working on for a couple of years, and it got stalled because of the bug. And Dave & Buster's come back on him, and once the conditions started, restrictions started lessening, and said, "Hey, let's still do this award show." So that's what's happening.
The final deadline to submit your book is August 11th, so just a couple days.
Okay.
Yeah, about a week, a little more than a week to get those nominations in. So do that as soon as you can.
You're going to submit, Andor?
Thinking about it, yeah. Is it digital or physical or both?
There is a section if you want, if you have a webcomic, you can do a PDF. But if you are submitting for an actual a book, you have to submit your book, 1 to 2 copies.
Okay. Cool.
And it will get passed around to the judges. There's a half a dozen judges.
Awesome.
I can still be bought off.
Nice.
Just so you know, Lola's one of the judges.
You're the
I'm one of the
wild
judges.
card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Lola's the judge with the least experience out of all of us. That's on there. Everybody else has got like 10, 15, 20, 30 years of experience.
I got 11.
You have 11. Yeah.
I have 11. But I'm a harsh judge too, so.
Yes. There are no links in the description, Varian.
No, I did that today.
Okay. You did that
Blame
today?
me.
All right.
I was rushing.
Nander, what do you have? Do you have Man?
Oh, yeah, I can share it real quick.
Yeah, do that. Do that. Pull those up. In the meantime, let's talk to Dan. Dan's got a project coming up called Bigfoot Knows Karate.
That is correct. I am doing a book called Bigfoot Knows Karate. It is exactly what you think it is, and so much more. It is can I share some stuff with you guys?
I got your site right here.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so
let me hit the home here. Look at that. It's awesome.
So in this story, Bigfoot, he knows karate. He is a gentle cryptid warrior who is living in a world where anyone can become the hunter and anyone can be the prey. The way I like to think of it, it's Godzilla versus Kong meets Kill Bill.
Okay.
Okay. So to kind of give you an idea, the story is a 28-page book. This is the first issue of a 5-issue story that I'll be working on. It is. When I first came up with the idea, it was going to be a comedy, and then it was just going to be a smash 'em up. And the more I started thinking about the concept, I didn't want the typical, Bigfoot gets hurt, gets found by a master, gets trained in the arts, now he's defending his land or something like that. I really wanted it to go far deeper than that and come up with a pretty interesting concept. I mean, he's a smart guy. He doesn't have speech, but he's a smart guy, and there's something about him that we're trying to learn through the process. A lot of questions in the first issue that are answered with more questions, frankly. But as it goes on, you can see, in the story, there's quite a bit of smash 'em up, and it's a good time. It's a lot of fun. I've had a blast working on the book.
Now, what was your inspiration for it?
Like any other project I've ever worked on, it all started with a name. It all started with a name. I love quirky names. I think that's the hook, basically. If you have a good name for your characters or for your comic, you're going to grab people's attention. I came up with the idea originally just goofing around as it was going to be part of my Latex Avenger universe in the comedy world. But I could never draw him right. I could never get the character to feel proper. And then as I did find a look for him, the storyline changed completely. It became not a comedy. It became far more serious. Now there's some comedy in it, but it's definitely more. It's telling a bigger story over a larger arc. Most of my stuff has been single issue stories, and self-contained to one issue at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you have a sign-up page
for like a newsletter
for your campaign?
I have. If you go down to the bottom, there's a contact page. I can definitely send people information based on that. Okay. I am going to be putting up my Kickstarter page, the information on the website here very soon, and I'm getting my Kickstarter. I just started putting together all the background information on it today, so pretty excited about it.
You want to put your sign-up pages up as soon as possible over on Kickstarter. Definitely. Yeah. I have an October 13th launch, so I'm definitely trying to get all of that taken care of as quickly as humanly possible. Yeah. Yep. The sooner you get it over there, the more people are going to recognize you. Right. More people are going to sign up for information, et cetera, I will definitely do that. I've been really lucky with this project because the reaction, especially on Instagram, has been incredible. I've without even having a book out, I've received over 40 pieces of fan art. Yeah. I never expected anything like that. I mean, it has been so much fun. In fact, because of the amount of fan art I've received, I'm doing 3 editions of the book. I'm doing a regular edition with my cover. I'm doing a variant edition that's going to be a virgin variant done by Matthew Skillern. And then the third one is going to be a deluxe edition. The first 2 books are 28 pages. The deluxe edition is going to be 44 pages, and it's going to have a lot of fan art in there, as well as sketches, and a really cool surprise that I'll be dropping on you guys during Kickstarter that I think is going to be a lot of fun. Cool. Yeah.
I heard what you
fan art.
Yeah. I was thinking about what you say, Bigfoot knows karate, and how you start with a good title. And I've heard a lot of people say that when referring to something like TMNT. Mm-hmm. How could you not take that title and make something out of it?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Harold George, that's awesome.
Harold is amazing. I do a lot of live streaming over Instagram, and Harold contacted me, sent me the artwork that he did, because he actually did 2 pieces of Bigfoot artwork. And I invited him on my live stream, and we had a blast. We're going to do another one at some point soon, but he's an incredible artist and couldn't be a nicer person. Cool. Yeah. The amount of artwork, that has come in, it's amazing. That one's mine, but you can kind of tell my stuff compared to everybody else's. But it's and I've had a blast doing the artwork. It's a complete difference compared to the cartoonier stuff that I've done in the past. Really trying to go for a brushy style, really trying to make the artwork just have a different feel to it. There's so much realism in indie comics, or in comics in general these days, and I always kind of worked on the fringe anyway, and so I wanted to give it a different look, give it a different aesthetic.
D. Hauser, that's got a lot of movement there. That's sweet. Cool. All sorts of different styles, all sorts of different levels.
Absolutely.
Peter DeLuca, and that's a nice look. I like that scratch look. That's awesome. Also.
Yeah, that was like the 3rd sketch I ever did of Bigfoot, right?
Oh, yeah, that's yours. Yeah,
that was mine. Yeah. So The characters
That
changed
almost,
look quite a bit over the years as I've been putting them together. I think John Romita Jr. said it best. You've got the style you want. You got the style that meets your, that it meets the speed, and then you got the style that gets your deadline together. And kind of coming together with figuring out what's going to work consistently from page to page, panel to panel, and finding that look. It's been it's been an experience, that's for sure.
Cool.
Yeah. But otherwise, I think you saw some of the Kung Fu Thulu stuff in there. That's the main bad guy of the issue. And I mean, it's fun playing around with an HP Lovecraft, Lovecraftian character, and just having some fun with that. So if I've learned anything in my research about Bigfoot, I've learned that nobody knows anything about Bigfoot other than you can't see Bigfoot. So that's really the only rule I've taken into account with the character, is that you can't see Bigfoot. And if you can't see Bigfoot, how would you know? I mean, if you go back into the preview pages, you'd see, there's hunters that are hunting a rabbit and they can't see him. They accidentally hit Bigfoot, and so that's when the first melee ensues. So pretty neat.
You have to figure that they can't see Bigfoot because he knows karate. He knows how to get the heck out the way. Or he could have been a ninja and definitely couldn't see him.
Yeah.
Right. So with that being said, there's only a handful of people who can really see a Bigfoot, legitimately without being provoked. So that'll come up in the story at some point as well. I'm not going to give too many spoilers away, but you get here and he gets shot by the hunters. They have no idea. If you look in the scene, they can't even see Bigfoot there. They just see the rabbit, and which makes it fun. Oh, that was fun because I named the characters Waylon and Waylon and Merle, a little country music, throw out there. So
up your ass, Merle. Damn bunny moves faster than those eyes can take sometime. Yeah.
Yeah. I live in Austin, Texas, so I have my world is, you get a lot of damn it Merles, that type of thing. So be a little reflective. But yeah, if you can't see Bigfoot, then he kind of phases in and then, brings on the fury. So
there's the fury.
There's the fury.
Now, let's see. Yeah, that guy's.
Consider your enemy revealed.
Yeah, Bigfoot killed him.
Yeah, so that's kind of the rub right there. But yeah, it's gonna be a 5-issue story. I'm putting it out on Kickstarter October 13th.
Cool.
Yep.
Now so we'll keep an eye on that. Make sure you let us know when that's getting ready to launch so we can have you back on and follow what's progress.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And now one of the books I've been waiting to get my hands on is Seasons. See, Nando has them teasing everyone next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, these are volumes 1 and 2, and when I came on, Randy was like, "Where's my book?" And I'm like, I know. Like I want to get the books to you guys, and this is an advanced copy that I got, but I'm still waiting on all the rest of the volumes for volume 2, and but yeah, it came out amazing. I'm so happy with how volume 2 came out, and I remember coming on here and promoting it, and so I love just showing it to you guys and being like, hey, it got done and it looks amazing, and it turned out just spectacular. But yeah, it's 100 pages, over 100 pages, and we got the main character there, Fletcher. He's glossed and embossed on the cover.
You can see it shining. Yeah.
Yeah. So it turned out just awesome. But yeah, everyone will be getting their books in a couple weeks. So I'm so excited to fulfill it. I've started fulfillment. Some people have gotten their packages already, and everyone's gotten their digital rewards. But yeah, just waiting for the rest of the books to come, and I'll be sending those out right away.
Very cool, very cool. Now, you've been on a roll lately. I've seen you're doing a lot of YouTube videos.
Yeah, I started my YouTube channel at the beginning of February, Foxhole Comics, and that's been something I've been doing weekly. I've been doing streams and doing different topic videos and sharing progress from my new project, Manchild. I wanted to, I don't know if you guys remember, but like the last couple times I was on, I had a very blank background, nothing much going on at all. And
Yeah.
when 2021 hit, I was like, I'm gonna change this because I knew I was gonna be on more shows. I knew I wanted people to see me and go, hey, this guy's serious about what he's doing, and like he's really passionate about it. And I love sharing what I love with others. And so I was like, I'm gonna take it a step up and try to be as transparent as possible with people, and also make things look cool. And that's what I wanted to do with the YouTube channel. And so it's been going really well. It's been a lot of fun to do.
Cool.
Yeah, I remember. I was watching your. Yeah, I remember how your background used to look and what it looks like now. So yeah, you definitely leveled up there.
Yeah,
And you got a new book now.
I do. Just put a campaign. I put the link in the private chat, and also I know Pop shared it. But yeah, that's
We'll pull that
Manchild
up.
issue 1. This is a new series that I started teasing actually at the end of 2019 while I was still working on volume 2 of Summer, but I was writing something else at the time, and so yeah, there it is right there, and we just launched
started that one.
yesterday.
Yep. Yeah, 28
Yeah.
left to go.
Yep. Yeah. I launched it yesterday evening on Page One Comics with Jimmy. He's a great guy, and we did it on his channel. And we got some amazing variant covers from some top Marvel and DC and Image Comics artists that I'm so excited that they're a part of this book. We have the Eisner Award-winning artist Tony Harris doing a cover, and Nick Pitara, who worked with Jonathan Hickman on Manhattan projects and a few different Image books. And so a lot of great stuff. But yeah, Manchild is this is the first issue of a 6-issue limited series, and it's an homage to Stan Lee and the Marvel Age of Comics, and also a commentary on modern comic book culture. That whole idea of man-child, that word in itself is an oxymoron, or a juxtaposition of man and child, and this story tells 2 separate stories, but they're interconnected, and it's for the reader to discover how they're interconnected. But one takes place in a Silver Age universe, a superhero universe, and the other takes place in the modern day, where you follow this modern day comic book lover. So it's dedicated to Stan Lee. I really got the start of the story actually after he passed. I wanted to do something for him. I wanted to do a tribute, just something. I was starting to rediscover the Silver Age and 60s and 70s comics, and I just fell in love with them all over again. And I wanted to do something that would pay tribute to that, and that's what Manchild is.
It looks pretty good. Yeah. Now, how many pages do you think this one's going to end up being?
So this first issue, it's just going to be 22 pages of interior story and art and everything. We're going to be adding things, hopefully, as we hit stretch goals and things. But what my plan is to hopefully, I've been doing graphic novels for my first 3 books. They've all been around 100 pages or so. But I wanted to change that up because I wanted to have more output, because it usually takes me about a year or 2 to do a graphic novel. And so I wanted to change it up with my next project and have single issues. So after, this Kickstarter, I'm hoping, if it funds, to do issue 2 just in a few months and try to keep a momentum going with the series, instead of having people wait, a year or 2 for the next part of the story.
Sounds like a plan. No more waiting. Right. Now that I've been, and I've been working with distribution for a while, but now that we've, shipped quite a sizable amount of books, and I've been reaching out to other retailers, just seeing if they want in, and listening to some of them tell me, man, if only I could get, like you said, the indie comics came a little bit quicker. I would love to stop more. Could you go back? I was looking at that original art. I see a character with wings on there.
Yeah.
Scroll back. Could you scroll back up, Randy? Is that like a moth-looking character?
Yeah, that's the main Silver Age.
Yeah, Silver Age version. Yeah. Now I like that. I remember that a friend of mine really hated that I gave a character butterfly wings, and she said, "Why did you do this to me?" Because every panel I have to draw these damn butterfly wings, and she said, it's great for a one-off poster,
right?
But panel after panel, page after page, it got old quick for her. And she's like, "Look, we have to figure out a way for her not to have her wings all the time." So that
totally.
It was artist input basically. It was the artist hoping to shape the story there.
Right. Thankfully, Jay, the artist for Manchild, he hasn't complained at me yet. So hopefully he doesn't. But things have been pretty good on that end. But I remember coming up with the character and thinking about and the reason for the character is I love the symbolism behind the butterfly, and the butterfly is my favorite insect. So I wanted to do something with that. But there's a lot of folklore and ancient mythology that has to do with the butterfly, and really interesting kind of metaphors and symbolism. You can take it, and that's a big inspiration for why I chose that. And also, it's very Silver Age. It's like there's a character who has butterfly wings, running around New York City. It's visually striking and interesting, but also just a little too out there.
I think it's really cool. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, no. I just wanted to point out what's really cool about the logo, the Manchild logo. Something we did is you see the Kirby crackle for the logo. So that's a little Easter egg there, and that was something that is a little touch that we wanted to do with it, and I think it turned out really well.
I seen an image someone posted from a scene from it must have been a WandaVision or something, but they're like, "Oh, you see these dark circles around the power blast? Yeah, you see, this is dark energy," one of these theoretical spoiler things. And I'm like, I'm watching, I'm like, no, the fuck it's not. It's Kirby Crackle. What are you guys talking about? Yeah, you see you see this dark energy pulling off their fingers. I think that it's gonna come into play big time. I'm like, what? Have you read a comic? Have you I know Kirby Crackle. It's and Marvel for some reason will not release it as a cereal. Imagine just little black dots.
I know, it's perfect.
I'm sure that would be up to the Kirby estate.
Yeah, that's
Marvel
true.
owns everything. Now, haven't you heard? Disney owns everything.
Well, I think it's really cool that you're doing a throwback book. I mean, I love 60s books, and I think that's really awesome that you're doing that.
Yeah,
thank you. Yeah, and it's it starts out that way. It is a tribute, and then as you go through the series, I'm finishing the final issue right now, writing it, and it's turned into something completely different than I thought it would.
Sure.
And it's something that is more than that, and like I kind of teased at the top of describing the story, but it really is going to look at the series as a whole, look at the trajectory of comics as a medium and how heroes have changed over the years, and that there's that comparison and contrast of looking at a modern day comic book fan and the things that they love now or have grown up with, and then looking at the innocence of a 60s superhero comic and just how much of a difference there is.
Absolutely.
And I think that's something that's really going to resonate with a lot of people as they look at this and as they see, and the book itself is sort of a mature book. I mean, I'd say, PG-13 or teen and up to read it, but you're going to be reading this very innocent Silver Age type of story, but then you're going to turn the page and you're going to be smack dab in a modern day world with these characters and these people that curse and that are living real lives. And so it's going to be a little jarring, I think, for some people, but also it's going to give you that effect of, whoa, like this is different, and it keeps things fresh and interesting.
That's cool. We'll keep an eye out for Man Child. There it is, $1,146 of a, was that $4,500 goal? Got 32 backers, 28 days left to go over on Kickstarter.
Just started. That's Man Child #1.
Yeah.
Let's go over there and take a look.
Indie Vote Radio question for you, Randy.
Sure.
And this one is I guess kind of important. And Nandor and Dan, it's funny because Nandor got into the YouTubing, like I call it the YouTubing. I sound like I'm old. Have you been doing the YouTubes?
Right.
But you've gotten to at least podcasting or live streaming, and you've gone all in now. And Dan, you said you stepped away from making comics and everything, so now you're coming back.
Yeah.
I want to ask you first, Dan, have you noticed, because our question kind of relates to this, which is this is from Mark, and Mark is asking how often should he live stream. But before we get into that, I want to ask Dan, you stepped away and now you come back in, and since the pandemic has started, it's almost every artist needs to have a stream, a YouTube page, someplace to be, where people can come and contact you, Twitter presence and everything. Has that been like shocking to you at all? Has there been any type of whiplash?
Yeah, I had back in the day, I had a Facebook page, that was a Latex Avenger Facebook page. And, and that was, get some traffic, but it was no big deal. Now it's a whole different situation. I got on Instagram a while back just to do some drawing, have some place to post them, have some fun. That community has been very supportive. And I got me doing live streams. I've been doing live streams usually once a week. I invite guests in to hang out, and we just draw at the same time. We do a live draw together, and just have conversation. People come in and out of the room. It makes it really easy. I started doing this book again. Yeah, you mentioned the pandemic. That's a huge reason that I started doing this again. Mm-hmm. Just that need to create something in a time that you can't really get out and do much. And I got to give credit to Kickstarter, honestly, because despite, Kickstarter's been around for a long time, I never really took it seriously when it first started. But now I look at it, it's like a complete distribution system set up and ready to go. You get your following going on your social media. For me, it's a lot of Instagram. I just got an Twitter not long ago, and both of those are at Danomite139, I might add. So, but you've got a built-in distribution system now. I mean, I used to go to conventions constantly, and you have to incur the cost of the table, so reaching your audience is completely, my point is reaching your audience is completely, is a much easier thing than it was when I left 7 years ago.
Sarah says YouTube sounds like an enema. It does. Been YouTubed.
You know what they say? This town needs an enema.
I admit, I never set out to be, on YouTube. But at the same time, it can't get into you. It can't get into your bloodstream, make you want to just constantly stream. We know a few people who fall into that, that dark hole of
they got addicted like a drug, and now they can't stop. They're doing 3 or 4 streams a week, or sometimes twice a day, and you see them rocking back and forth.
Right.
It's crazy.
I honestly think I'm waiting for the first bathroom stream or the first shower stream from somebody. And these aren't
Ferris Bueller did it.
I'm gonna say what Indie Vote's known for. Me saying outlandish shit. This isn't like, you would think this would be like These are men. These are grown men. Okay.
Grown ass men.
Grown ass men. Okay. Who are like constantly looking for their angles with the camera phone. Like, is this the right angle? How am I working? Oh my God. And it's like 30 videos a day. If it's not a YouTube stream, they've gone live on Facebook. They're on
And they figured out every stupid special effect they can, and they do a TikTok video trying to look young and hip. It's just hilariously sad.
Yeah,
very sad.
I'll tell you, it's like, stop. I try not to be on. I try not to.
It's like this.
I try. Yeah, secondhand cringe is real. I try not to actually be on a stream more than 3 times a week, just because I don't like this. I'm not in love with the sound of my own voice like that. And trust me, I love myself. You know, I look out for myself. You see,
Andy Princess is here shaking her head like a bobble doll. Yeah. Yep.
All for me, and me for myself. It's great. And when I get tired of hearing me, because there was a point during the early point of the pandemic, Randy, where I got up and I realized my ass had been sitting now for 7 hours, just bouncing from stream to stream to stream, and that was fine.
Yeah.
But what the hell? Why are we why am I online this much? Who am I fooling? Now, if you're in the middle of a campaign, I understand you're campaigning.
When you first introduced me back to YouTube, I was sitting there all day in a chair watching YouTube.
Yep.
Watching different videos, different people, how they presented themselves, how they talked. Oh, hi. Yeah, really, or the gestures that they were using on camera.
Sarah says, I laughed my ass off, Varian Grant. I'm laughing because I've seen it constantly when I worked at the University of Illinois. Yeah.
Yep. Suddenly people fall in love with their own voice or looking at themselves in the camera, and it's take off. Got to do it every day. Got to do it every hour, 5 times a day.
It's nighttime. Let me get on the stream. I just want to see. Hi, everyone. It's like I just had this random thought. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a bathroom stream. Someone's gonna be on the toilet. I had this idea, guys.
Didn't we already have one person here walking to the kitchen to get himself a sandwich?
Yeah, we had that.
Oh
we had people called for dinner. It's been great.
Call for dinner?
Yeah. Or was it lunch? Was lunch? Come on, get something to eat.
Whatever it was.
Yeah. And you can tell that there's the difference. Now, we've had people get called for dinner before. And usually it's this, dinner's ready. Yeah. Oh, okay, I'm on the stream. Okay, I'm sorry. And you hear the door close and that's it. This one particular case, hey, you want dinner's ready? I'm on the stream. I don't care what you want. You want this food or not? You better bring your ass down here and say, wow. It was great. Those great indie book moments. I need to put them on. I need to edit them out of all the videos and put them on a special DVD and sell it.
No. You know what you do? This is what you do, because you have a Roku channel.
Yeah.
You need to cut the best of Indie Volt.
Yeah.
And you need to break it down into different segments, like most embarrassing or best interview or ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Hart Fisher.
Yeah.
Or, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And run them, stream them available on Roku.
Yeah, I can do
the
that.
Best of Indie Volt, Chapter 1. Oh boy.
Maybe we'll do that. That sounds fun. That sounds
Randy
like
off the deep end, Varian going crazy, Varian drunk. That's what you need to do. And because you're on, you can put whatever you write, pretty much whatever you want on Roku, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mine would just be about booze.
Yeah, we can.
About what? Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can see. We can have the Lola jiggle meter.
Jiggle meter.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great. We'll do.
That would work.
Yeah. Indie Vote Radio question.
All the boob reaction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Best of Indie Volt, Volume 3, boobs. There we go.
Yeah, and here's a question from Indie Vote Radio, and this one is from Milan, Malan. Milan says, I'm really upset that conventions are opening back up as I still don't feel safe going to them for health concerns. I'm hoping that most creators will realize that this year and make some of their exclusives maybe just not con exclusives. Allow me to buy them as I have online all year, and I will keep purchasing. Milan, that's valid. That's valid. I will tell people. If anything, we have been able to. We've seen that the online. I think it was Dan mentioning earlier. The online distribution kind of model kind of works. Like people are filling their own campaigns until they don't. Until they don't. So yeah, I think it would be foolish for any creator right now to just say, "Oh, cons are back. I'm going right back to that." I'm not looking at my own personal website. We've been telling creators on this channel for a while to not just rely just on crowdfunding, but other means of getting the books. For example, what do you do when your campaign's over? Where are those books at? Yeah, you can keep an on-demand store up, and if you're on Indiegogo, but is there a place online? Do you have an online store where I can go buy that first issue? Because what I was told by someone once, and I didn't even realize that I had done it. I was on a Indiegogo campaign, and I had missed out on the first issue of the book. They were currently funding the second. They had a catch-up tier, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, here's the catch-up tier. It's $60, and the book isn't meant to ship to 2022. I'm like, I went trying to find it online. I could find it on eBay for more than it would cost, than it originally cost. And I didn't want to wait to 2022 to reissue 1 and 2. But there was no way online for me to, do it. I contacted the
some scalper wanting to jack the price up.
Well, yeah, I went right to the creator. I'm like, hey, I'm looking for issue 1 and I don't want to wait. And he was like, oh shit. Yeah, here. And we exchanged PayPal and I got the issue, but that's because I wanted it.
Right.
If I'm just in the mood to make that purchase and I'm in someone's campaign, I don't see an issue. A lot of customers may get that feeling. I don't want to wait until I'll just come back to this campaign maybe when it's closer to the release date, or I'll catch it when I don't know. It's just stop leaving money on the table. Stop shit.
Well, you have to, and we've talked about this before on the show. You have to open yourself up to multiple revenue streams.
Absolutely.
And every revenue stream possible, and you cannot rely on one particular platform to make all of your money, because the minute you do that is the minute that they shift the rules and you are out, and then you're left struggling. We've seen it happen way too much before. Yeah, Lola. For some reason, my double D bras are way too small all of a sudden. Wondering why.
They all grow. I mean, yeah.
Not even close to the same size, huh?
Yeah.
No. And she's addressed that on Geekgasm quite a bit.
Yeah. I think that with
those are constantly growing.
Yeah.
Now they are. It hurts really bad.
Yeah.
Now.
What you think would be a great thing? Then you realize she's in pain. It's like, oh man. Because I'm telling you right now.
I don't even know what size I am. Last I measured, I was a G. Now I don't even know.
You
might be an H or an I.
I don't know.
Too
damn big.
I don't think it goes up alphabetically.
You're DB.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Okay. Damn big. Yeah.
See, I don't know much about those things.
My wife keeps telling me that big breasts are great for guys, but really bad for women, especially on their backs.
I am growing them now myself personally. I mean, just not because I'm not
a whole different thing.
I'm not trying to get them. Just that they keep releasing new flavors of Krispy Kreme donuts, and I'm like, oh, you're so.
Krispy Kreme. How can you go wrong? Come on now.
You can. It's
delicious. Worth it.
Okay, I live not far from a Krispy Kreme, and I sometimes will exit the street that it's on, and I gotta tell you something. If that hot donut light is on, that's a beacon. That's a beacon that grabs my soul and drags me in.
Yeah,
So, I get it.
I've sat in the car with a box of a dozen before, and then
Oh, buddy.
I'll get to the corner and realize I've ate 6. And I'm like, at that point, you're like, you know what? You're disgusting and fat. Keep eating them.
You gotta shame eat the other 6 just because of that alone.
Yeah, you're like, what's
Gotta
the
hide
point?
that
I might
box
as well
before you
eat
get
all
home.
these.
Yeah.
Well, because too, like, what if you're picking someone up and they're okay? So imagine you buy a dozen donuts and then you eat 6 of them, and then you get in the car, right? And then that person you get in the car with is going to like think that you're a greedy ass because you ate 6 donuts. So you might as well eat the other 6 so they don't ask.
No, that's when you say, hey, I picked up a box of donuts the other day. If you want one, go ahead and take one. They might be stale. I think they've been here for a couple days.
That is fat logic.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll tell you guys something else too, by the way. And speaking of comments, a little off subject, but it's Indie Vote Live Wire, so I have to share. So everyone knows that I have an illness, chronic illness that I have to take medication for. Sometimes those medications make me a little loopy. I'm not on a big dosage right now, but I am on a dosage of it. Now, here's the thing. And the other day, I thought I missed conventions. So I decided to go on, YouTube. Now, I want everyone to understand this. We recently bought a cinema seat for the living room. It's a cinema seating sofa. So it's, and I placed this so it's got optimal vision right from television. Okay. Now, so I'm saying this so you understand the arrangement of how I was sitting. Mm-hmm. So I'm sitting with my feet up, TV's in front of me, large screen, 75-inch television. I Googled 4K Comic-Con walkthrough. Well, the first Comic-Con to pop up was New York Comic-Con. So I hit play, and I'm watching this video. And this guy going through the crowds, the large crowds of New York Comic-Con. He walks down the street, walks into the Javits Center. He's walking around with like this body cam. And my heart starts beating very quickly. I'm like, what's wrong with me? And then I start thinking, oh my God, like imagine this is me walking. There's so many people. I haven't been in a crowd this big in 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
And then the medicine said, oh, you think that's a trip? Let me take you on a ride. All of a sudden in my mind, I'm walking through this crowd, and I'm thinking to myself, and I know I'm talking because I'm talking to my wife, and I'm like, I couldn't do this. I can't do what if she knows I'm high? Wait a minute, that guy definitely knows he ain't dumb. And I'm giving myself anxiety attacks. And then I thought about it. I don't think I'm ready to go back to conventions. I have to in a couple weeks, but man, I haven't been to a con in 2 years. I haven't been around that many people. Next week will be at a con. I haven't been around that many people in 2 years. I'm freaking out, man.
Man.
I mean, the stuff that I'm on, it's not supposed to make me feel that way. It's not supposed to give me anxiety. I need a different strain.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad. It's bad. This is bad. This is horrible. What are we gonna do?
I told you they make them in chocolate now.
Just tether me to the desk so I don't freak out at the show.
Yeah, really. No, we'll keep you calm.
Sarah. Oh.
Go ahead.
So how's the big shipment been going, Varian? Sarah, that shipment's been it's great. We got all those books out, and we wanted to make sure that I think I underestimated how many books we were actually getting into the warehouse. And when they came, I was like, sweet, we got them in the warehouse. And the company company's coming to pick them up was, we're like, yeah, I got them. This is great. And then I noticed, and I think it was on, Randy was doing Thursday, the breakfast was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Lola was
You
the
sent
one
us
who,
you sent us a live feed off of your phone showing off the pallets, and we're like looking at the pallets and going, this doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that was one of the things. I'm like,
And I'm not even on what you're on.
yeah. So, and I remember looking at these pallets and thinking, like you said, Randy, something's not quite right here because wait, what? And then we found that
we stared at the pallets for like an hour and a half trying to figure it out.
Was it that long?
Yeah.
Time passes fast when you're anyway.
And I'm sitting there looking at these pallets and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, why are some of these books aren't here? Like, a lot of these books are the wrong book. Well, then it's the wrong book, but there's like 2 boxes on this pallet, 1 box on this pallet, which was not the, know. Anyway, so Randy, I messaged Randy and I'm like, hey, tell him what the problem is. And he's like, really? No. So he comes down and he sees the problem and he's like, I can't believe it.
I drove down there. My back brakes were shot. I mean, scraping.
Yeah.
That's so bad. And I drove down there in a hurry and took a look. And oh boy, if Varian's son hadn't been there and Varian's mom come in and helped a lot, we sat there and broke down all 3 of the pallets again, made sure all the books were there to start with, and then repacked them in order to be shipped back out. So we tore out 27,000 comics and prepped up 18,000 of them to go right back out.
Wow.
Yeah, and it
was a day. Yeah.
It took
I didn't feel it for 2 days afterwards.
There's the 3 pallets. Now you can see they're stacked, 1, 2,
and we won't
3,
tell you
4,
the problems
5, 6,
we
7,
had
8.
getting them to the warehouse because how they were shipped. So
one was stacked
them
9,
an extra day to decide to drop them 20 minutes away.
What were they stacked? 8, 9, and 11 or 12 high or something like that?
Yeah, well, you're leaning on the wrapped up pallet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's one with 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 2 with 8, and then the other one had like 11.
11 on it.
Yeah,
on it, and it should have been 1,000 per pallet.
So what we did, we broke them all down, the shipping back
Like
out.
that.
That's what we did. So if anybody's watching on YouTube, you can. If you're not watching on YouTube, listen on the radio. Come over to YouTube and check it out. You'll see the pallets going out of what we had to repack and send out. And this was
Thursday.
That was Thursday, and we were hauling. But and then now it's completely different in there because now
in a warehouse with no air conditioning on a hot day too. By the way, I was a sweat ball by the time I got back.
Yeah, I would have took him to lunch, but he said, he was.
What state or what city are y'all in?
I'm in Macomb. Our warehouse is in
it's north of Detroit.
Yeah, Sterling Heights. Yeah,
I'm just a little south of Flint.
Okay,
I'm in Sterling Heights. Where are you at, Dan?
Where am I at? I'm in Austin.
Austin, Texas. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Cool. Right. Where are you at, Nander?
Missouri. Yeah.
You're in Missouri?
Yeah, definitely. Sort of like that.
Whereabouts around the St. Louis area?
No, in Jefferson City, the capital. Yeah.
Okay. Is that in the middle of the state?
It is. Yeah. Smack dab.
Cool.
I remember flying into Missouri once. I was going to Kansas to visit a girl I was dating, and I remember flying in and seeing the arch. And that was the most I've ever seen the arch. I was like, "Oh, look, there it is! That's so cool! It's the arch." I hope we're not going to clip it. We are dangerously close,
right?
Sarah says, "What do you consider hot in Michigan?"
It was about 90.
Oh, you were talking temperature. I was thinking there's a couple of strip clubs here. No, never mind.
Let's see, 90 is hot there.
Oh yeah,
90 is about hot there. Yeah, just keep in mind though that we are surrounded by water.
Absolutely, your humidity level has got to be ridiculous.
Yeah,
so I grew up in Houston. Houston is right on the water, and we're getting. I don't know. I mean, here in Austin, we did 60 days plus of 100-degree weather a couple years ago, 60 days in a row. It gets hot. I mean, it just gets hot. But down in Houston, it's just hot and muggy. It's just
Yeah.
it's too much. It's too much.
Mhm.
Yeah, the humidity here can get pretty crazy. It's been really nice the last couple of days, so we've been real lucky. Actually, we're having a cold snap right now. We're down in the 60s and 70s.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. That's my weather.
Yeah,
That's
tomorrow
great.
it'll go back up to the 80s.
Yeah.
But even still, with the smoke coming in from the Canadian wildfires, the air quality is going to be really getting bad, at least where we're at. I mean, it might not go as south as Varian, where Varian's at, but the Upper Peninsula right now is getting some pretty crazy air quality readings.
Mhm.
Salazar, Art Nation says hello. Just came from Peter Palmiotti's stream, and he mentioned the Indie Vault. Yeah, we had Peter on Sunday Funnies like last Sunday. It was good. It was really good. And thanks for listening, Salazar. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
What are our radio numbers right now, Varian?
We are at 194.
I knew it.
Yeah. 194. So we've actually gone over
1094. That's a new
no,
high for us.
194.
Oh, 194?
Yeah, 194,000.
Oh my!
So
Are
we're
you
almost-
kidding me? Are you sure that's right?
Yeah, no, that's what it's telling me. I checked like 3 times.
Congrats.
194,000?
Yeah, that's what it's telling me.
So we're
What's
almost
the big
at
city?
200.
Or what's the big
Yeah.
country right now?
Right now, our big country is China.
We are big in China.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much for listening to Indie Volt Radio.
Yeah, now it'll drop. Like,
We're talking funny books. Yeah, since the Chinese government goes, are we letting that in?
It like drops down so much.
Yeah, but the broadband people are rubbing their hands together, going, "Come on, hit that 200,000! Come on!"
No. The next one, I think the next one's a bit further, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll take it. Now
Thanks, Sarah, I just saw your note in the chat. So you passed on. Yeah, I've talked to Brian since then. He keeps wanting to get on Sunday Funnies. We'll try to get him on there soon.
Yeah,
appreciate you.
Sorry. Randy, and it's one of the last questions that came from Indie Volt Radio.
You need to take a shot of that 194,000, dude, and you need to put that up on Facebook. You really do.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Because that's a number people don't believe.
Yeah, it'll let me go back and record it. So
yeah, that's amazing. We love you out there listening on Indie Volt.
Yeah, I'm not freaking out because my current bandwidth package with them can take
your current
it.
What?
My current bandwidth package with them can take it. So
okay,
I'm not freaking out.
I thought you weren't freaking out because of the the substances you were on.
No, because that made me freak out watching a con walkthrough video. I'm telling you, I was having issues. I'm like, these people, what? He's pickpocketing her? What's going to go over there? You know?
You sure that's a 194?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Unless it's broken completely. Yeah. It's which I don't believe is the case. So.
That's a way new record. I think we had it barely over 100 before.
Yeah, I'll take it.
That's sweet. Yeah, we'll take it.
It's because of me. I brought the rest of the
that must be it. Yes.
We're like 3 guys, so I mean,
Dan's responsible for 3 alone. Yeah,
there you go.
There we go.
I've been educated. I got a
educated
message. Yeah. I need which one I need to get because there's certain strands that cause other problems.
Oh,
so I was being educated in the chat.
There you go.
In a private message.
We want to keep this to comic education, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a question from Indie Volt Radio, and I guess as an artist, I've dealt with this.
Wait. Now is the time to tell everybody, if you have access to YouTube, please go over there and subscribe.
Oh, yeah.
We've got over 1,000 subscribers so far, but we need to knock that way up.
Oh, yeah.
So that we can get monetized, so that we have to worry about what we say on the air. So please go over there and subscribe, hit that like button, send us some love, hit that subscribe to Indie Volt Radio on YouTube. Or not YouTube, but Facebook if you can. So help those algorithms grow, folks. We appreciate you very much for doing it.
Yeah. Indie Volt Radio, and this one didn't come off a name. I thought it did, but it did not.
Raging in the house.
Hey,
you there, Indie Volt?
it says, what do I do to explain to my parents that I am not being a pervert when I draw curvy women as superheroes? They keep getting mad with me and barring me from drawing. That's it. And barring me from drawing. With no name. Look, it depends on the curvaceousness. Maybe tone it down. The parents.
How young is this? How young is this writer?
Yeah, I was gonna say, move out of your parents' house, dude.
Yeah, you're gonna have to move out.
Well, I mean, if you're like 15, 16, I would say, yeah, just curve it down, just tone it down till mom and dad are happy. And
you really have to. A lot of the standoffishness that you get in this industry or about this industry is from a lack of understanding, a lack of education of the parents, because some parents still think that this is all kitty trash stuff that are read by kiddies that are, you're too old for comics. Basically, that's what their mentality is. So you need to educate them as to the art form of what it is. And that art form, yes, sometimes includes really curvy women, especially if you go back to the Image days. Mm-hmm. And there was an entire fad now or back then that still persists to this day with incredibly comics are an art form of exaggeration, and that is in every way that you can imagine possible. And some of the most entertaining comics are the most exaggerated.
Look,
so you have to, you might have to explain to your parents that this is the over exaggeration of the comics, or tone the curves down a little bit. Yeah, while they're around.
I've been told before that Bill and to another extent even Vicky are a bit curvy. Now that's the way they were planning to be. I'll show you a picture of
that's the way we like them, though.
Yeah. So there's Bill, the Liberty mascot, and yeah, she's curvy. I get it, but there's a precedent for that, And I don't care, enhanced or not. I mean, Lola's not enhanced. Lola's natural, but enhanced or not, they exist.
Mm-hmm.
So like who am I to tell that young lady there she does not exist? I mean, her body type is right there. Don't get me wrong; it may be modified. It may be
cosmetically altered. Yeah, modified. Yeah,
she exists. So people come in all different sizes. Some of them are quite pleasing to the eye. Others are, round like me. Round is a shape, damn it.
Sarah asks, is this kid going through puberty? Just curious. Curvy women are better than women who look like 12-year-old boys. She does have a point there.
Yeah.
Especially if he's going through puberty, it probably is a 12-year-old boy. So,
yeah, I mean, I look, my mother and father used to always tell me that, and my mother was the only person to really question it. Why do you draw such big breasts? Like on your female characters, all their breasts are big. Now, I've since gotten over that. I mean, I think that was just something I was going to do as a kid. But then again, my wife might feel a little different. She might say, "I don't know, Lola, what do you think? You think that if you think I still draw big breasts on women, female characters?" Sorry. I'm not a breast man, I swear.
Sarah says, Jesus, who the hell would choose that back pain? Yeah. Now, again, this is one of those questions where we really don't know the context. We don't know how old this person is. He might be 30 years old and getting the flack from his parents. We don't know.
Yeah.
He might be 10 or 12 years old. We don't know. But depending upon what age he is, if it was me, because I grew up in a household that hated and was very anti-comics. My dad dragged me out of my house one day while people were driving by digging ditches and told me I would rather see you do that than draw your funny pictures.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And all that did was make me draw better funny pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So depending upon how rebellious you are, your characters could get curvier. Your characters could get furrier. Or I was also raised in a religious household. If I drew a couple of real curvy demonesses, that's really going to get them and get them riled up. So I was able to buy superhero comics, which at the time my parents thought were way too violent. And this is back during the Adam West Batman days. the way I was able to yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's awesome. That's a life cover. The way I was able to buy superheroes is my parents caught me reading a Twilight Zone digest that had a guy making a deal with Satan. And they were, why are you picking up this demonistic literature? Look, we'd rather have you read violent stuff than read this demonistic stuff. If you throw that Twilight Zone digest in the fire, we'll let you buy superhero comics. So it was like, okay, boom, there it goes. And I had been buying superheroes ever since. But that was right at that point in Marvel where suddenly I was buying Son of Satan. So I got him back anyway. But, Ghost Rider, Son of Satan, Satana, all those great supernatural characters.
Hellstorm, right?
Yeah. No, before Hellstrom, there was Son of Satan. Big letters on the cover. Son of Satan.
Nice.
Big letters. Yeah, it was great. So I was smuggling books in and out of the house still after that. But it's all right. That's the way it worked.
Yeah.
My dad had a shit fit when I became an artist, in the early days. He was like, you're not going to waste your time doing that. And he got all, ticky and all that stuff, a lot of arguments later. Mind you, I've been a graphic designer, creative director for the last 20 years of my life, so it's like, you got to do what you
wrong.
do. Yeah.
But you're still drawing them funny pictures.
You're still drawing those funny books, got to do it.
That was me with the in-laws when I got married. Oh, he does what? And then after 10, 20, now it's 30 years, it's gotten to be a lot more acceptable.
My in-laws look at me like I'm like they look through me if I talk about it. They're like, they just don't grasp it, but that's okay. Nice people nonetheless. We'll keep them.
Well, eventually they'll get educated. They'll sit down and this was the cool thing. As we got older, and the wife was always into comics. I met her while I was retailing. And at the point I had sworn off dating anybody who wasn't reading comics. And back then finding a girl that read comics was really, really rare. So I was one of the lucky ones to find somebody like that. But what's really cool is as we got older, more of her cousins, nieces, and nephews started coming to us and asking us about all the media stuff that they were watching. What's that Flash show on CW? What's that all about? We'll sit there and tell them what to watch and what not to watch and what we thought was cool, what we didn't think was cool. And then we started hearing about nieces and nephews that had comic collections. And we're like, what? Really? Hey, we've been doing it this entire time. Welcome to the club. That kind of thing. So, yeah, it was good. But yeah, eventually they'll catch up to you. Who is the guy writing in, or the person writing in?
That's right.
Okay, person writing in. Eventually, your parents will catch up to you. You do have to watch the curves, though, a little bit around them, because they're worried you're sexualizing women and objectifying women and not drawing female superheroes. And for all we know, maybe that's what you're doing. You're drawing hot women. That's cool. But your parents might have a little bit of problem with it. Draw some big buffy guys.
Yeah, take this time to practice the male figure.
Well, you should, if you're drawing, you should be drawing everything anyway. Not just big curvy women. You should be drawing buff guys, skinny women, of every people of all types, colors, creeds, beliefs, everything like that. In order to be a successful artist, you have to know how to draw as diverse a cast as possible. So definitely do that, and draw some trees and cars every once in a while too.
That's what I was going to say. Learn to draw some backgrounds while you're at it as well. That's it's a lacking gig in today. Backgrounds you need more of them.
Yeah, there really aren't enough. But the more you do and the more detailed you get, the better your styles refine, and the more you stay at it, the more your parents are going to back off. Depending upon how old you are. If you're a 30-year-old, you might be time to get out of your parents' house.
I got another question here, and this one is from it might be Harris, Haris. I guess it's Harris.
Harris, yeah.
Says, could I explain in detail a bit more about Liberty distribution? You know what, Harris? Here's the thing. This is Indie Vault, and everyone knows that I have a really horrible problem with pushing my own stuff on this platform. So what I like to do is I've been doing these little town hall non-broadcasted meetings. I put the link on the Indie Vote, not Indie Vote, on the Liberty Entertainment Distribution Facebook page. It's just a link just like this. It'll bring you right to StreamYard, which is what you see us talking on now. And you can talk to me or other Liberty representatives about Liberty distribution. It is that way we don't take away time from people wanting to push their book. It's I don't mind. Now I will answer your quick question. We'll talk a little bit more about it. What we've done is again, we're distributing comics to retail shops and specialty shops. And the things that make Liberty a bit different from other distributors is that we allow the creatives and the publishers to set their own pricing or catalog. We're not telling you have to give somebody a 50% discount or whatever. You set your own pricing. That's number one. We don't take any fees from creators. A lot of people, you don't know this, but when you sign up for a distribution service, they take a cut of your money. I mean, they should. I mean, they're doing a service, but we found a different way to do that. So creators and publishers aren't charged a fee for, that's right, saving you that moolah, aren't charged a fee for when we sell their comics to stores. Also, as far as for the retailers, we have something called the Liberty Pledge, and that allows a retailer to get a book and decide that they are so if they get a book and then it doesn't sell, that book sits there on their shelf for maybe, let's say, 4 months. They could call me and say, hey, not just me, but whoever is there at Liberty at that point, this book isn't selling. Could I get a new one, or can I get my money back? And we'll do that for them. And it doesn't cost the creator anything anyway.
Can I promote this just a little bit for you?
Sure.
The cool thing about Liberty, if you tell your retailer, is that when the retailer orders the book is in stock, the book gets put in a box, it gets shipped right to the retailer. They don't have to sit there and worry for 3 months about whether or not their budget is going to be able to afford it, or if they're going to get slammed with a bunch of independent product at the end of the month. They order the books, they get the books, they put the books on the shelves. The books come bagged and boarded, and the back of the boards have a Liberty ad on it, already printed on the board, so that the retailer who's going through their stock, and we're already the retailers that we've talked to have already said, oh no, I don't want to handle another distributor. Well, this is a distributor that's designed for retailers. It's not just some fly-by-night company or some company that's set up overnight trying to get your money and then hold on to it for 3, or trying to get your orders and then hold on to it for 3 months. You don't have a big collar around your neck when it comes to dealing with Liberty. You order the books, you get the books, you put the books on the shelf. If you decide those books have been on the shelf for too long, you call Liberty and tell them, I got such and such or so-and-so books. These are already bagged and boarded. You put them in a safe box, you send them back to Liberty. Liberty gives you credit on more product. So really, it's a returnability service, and in a market that doesn't believe in returnability. So it's going to be difficult to convince your retailer to start dealing with, I don't want to deal with another distributor, especially right now, because everybody's dealing with 3 different distributors in order to get the same product they used to get 2 years ago. That's not our fault. And we are dealing with product here that distributor doesn't carry for the most part. We carry alternative and independent product of varying qualities. Any publisher that wants to come on board with Liberty, again, sets their own prices. They set their own price schedule, and that Liberty is not responsible for. So yes, you might get some books that are $10, but you might get like Arrow product that's $5, and we ask for 50% off. And that's what we ask from the retailer. Retailer pays us 50%. They make 50% off of any book that they move through their store. That's the idea behind Liberty. Varian has spent years talking to retailers and trying to come up with a system that's going to help everybody. And that's the best that he can do. This is a system made for the retail market to make it easier for them to get product in a hurry that they can turn around in a hurry, because everybody knows the majority of these retailers out there right now are barely making ends meet, and they're hoping that some of these retailers are praying that the boxes that the order that they're getting on Wednesday isn't going to be too high.
Yeah.
So we're here to curb that. They pay for the books, they get the books, they put the books on the shelves. If the books don't move, we trade them in, you get other books.
Yeah. And it's, also too, like you said, Randy, the books are in hand. We have them already.
Yes.
So
Nothing's available that's not already on hand. But also on top of that, the other side of the coin of that is all of these books are limited. So there's only so many books that are in the warehouse. So it's important for the retailer to get up there and order as quickly as possible, grab those books, get those books in their hands so that they can turn them around for their customers. And we're picking up more. Varian Liberty is picking up more publishers all the time, and the variety of stock is constantly changing. We have a catalog about ready to go to press now that's got most of the books listed, but he's adding more books all the time.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of them. I was told recently, there's a lot of people who they prefer that tactile catalog. So it's like, you know what? That's what they want. That's where we're going to get them. We're going to give them physical catalog.
But even that's not going to have absolutely everything, because every month there's going to be new products available. Yeah. And as they become available, you better grab them.
Yeah, I got new stuff into the warehouse just about 2 days ago. So
cool.
Got to add that to the list.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to let everybody know. So I won't spend everybody's time. That's going to be at the last time that I really go into detail.
Well, we really need to do videos that people can refer back to on YouTube that we can steer people to that answers all those questions. Yeah,
sure.
And maybe on the Liberty site.
Dan, did you leave here? Because we're ready to wrap up here. So.
Oh, sorry, Dan.
Yeah. If you want to say your goodbyes, you can. You're muted though.
I'm here. No, my dog was just giving me the eye. I'm going to take her to the bathroom here in just a second.
Okay.
So.
Well, we're late as it is. We're past time. So why don't you tell folks where they can find you?
Oh, okay. Me.
Yes.
You can check me out on Instagram, Twitter at Danomite139. That's DANOMYTE 139. You can also find us on Twitter as well at Bigfoot Knows Karate. At Bigfoot Knows Karate. Also, BigfootKnowsKarate.com is our website. Come check us out. Myself, Casey Allen, my co-writer. We're really excited about this project. Please come and check us out. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And that's going to be on Kickstarter as of October 13th.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to have a preview page up there as soon as possible, right?
ASAP.
Yep. We'll have you back on when you have your preview page up so that we can talk more about it.
Randy, Varian, Lola, thank you very much for having me on. I really do appreciate it.
Dan, it's an awesome looking book, just like Seasons from and Manchild from Nander. Just great stuff. So
thank you.
Happy to have you
on tomorrow. You'll be on my show tomorrow.
Said that. Oh, I'll be on your show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's right. Okay, great. I will look forward to that. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Cool. We'll get that word out for you.
All right, Nandor. Thank you very much. Nice meeting you as well, man.
Yeah. You too, Dan. Great
now, Dan, don't let us keep you. If you need to run.
I do. Right? Thank y'all so much. Have a great evening, guys.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on. Great stuff. We look forward to hearing more from you.
Appreciate it. Thank you again.
Again, folks, that's Dan Price, Bigfoot Knows Karate, coming up soon on Kickstarter.
Awesome. Bye, guys.
BigfootKnowsKarate.com. Go over there and take a look. It's a good book. Looks good. Take care, Dan. Nander, tell folks how people can find you.
Yeah, find me on social media at Nondor Fox on Instagram and Twitter, or Nondor Fox Schaefer on Facebook. And yeah, I'm YouTube, Foxhole Comics. Definitely subscribe and check out my YouTube channel. And I have a series called The Art of Writing Comics, where I look at my favorite books and I just kind of talk about writing in general. So if there are any writers out there who are wanting some really technical stuff, you can watch my videos and check that out. But yeah, I really encourage everyone to back Manchild issue 1 on Kickstarter right now. It's running through the end of August. So this is a really exciting book and something I've been working on for the last year or two. and we're 25% funded right now, so that's excellent. I'm really excited about it, and I think a lot of people are going to find a lot to love from it. People who have been reading comics for years, and also people who have just started reading comics. So it's going to be a great journey, and thank you guys so much for having me on.
No problem. It does look like a very classic Silver Age book. So looking forward to seeing that and reading it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, folks. Lola, you want to tell folks how they can find you?
I am everywhere, guys. So if you want to track me down, go to Linktree Indie_Princess, and all my links are there. I'll be on host Geekgasm tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a full house, so it should be an interesting show.
Cool.
Nice.
Awesomeness. Folks, I'm Randy Zimmerman. I've been your co-host. You can find me on Facebook under Randy Zimmerman. You can find me on Twitter under Randy Zim. But most of all, you can find Arrow Comics 4.0 over on Linktree. We have an Instagram, a Twitter, and a Facebook page. In fact, 2 Facebook pages, one for Arrow Comics 4.0 and one for Friends of Arrow Comics 4.0, where we'll be making a lot of announcements about stuff coming up. I keep wanting to put a video together about the books that we currently have on hand. There's more books coming next month. That a couple titles that we're really enthused about. Can't wait for you to see them. I'm finishing up the books now. That'll be available here in about a month, and can't wait for you to look at them. In the meantime, Varian and myself will be back Thursday morning for the Breakfast Buzz at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Saturday is Pitches Be Crazy with no Pitches Be Crazy this week. Okay.
No, we got the kid's birthday party. There will be no pitches, and there will be no backer shots.
No pitches, no backer shots this week. Okay. That means that the next after Thursday, the next time we'll be on is Sunday morning for the Sunday morning for the Sunday Funnies, where we at 9 a.m. Sunday morning, where we try to put the fun back in funny books and talk about the more lighter and whimsical side of comics. And then again, folks, we'll be back on Tuesday nights here at 9 p.m. for the Live Wire program. Next week, where we'll have another full house, some great stuff for you to look at, and some comic stuff to talk about. Varian, anything you want to take it from here?
Yeah, I want to remind everybody that also tomorrow, if you have an opportunity, the Indie Vote Facebook, keep your eye on it tomorrow. I have a very important lunch with with someone who's been with Indie Vote for a while. Everyone will want to check. Just keep your eyes peeled, or at least keep your browser open on the Indie Vote Facebook. If you're not a fan or a follower, definitely go do that. Got some funny stuff going there tomorrow, and I think everyone will be pleasantly surprised.
Some weird funny or some haha funny?
I think everyone will be pleasantly surprised who pops up on the on the Facebook tomorrow.
You don't want to give a hint?
It'll be shocking.
It'll be shocking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's remind folks that we have a Indie Vote Radio. We appreciate everybody that's been listening. What are our numbers now?
193, and so we lost 1,000, but 193.
Yeah.
So you can check that out on Google Play or Stream or TuneIn if you have an iPhone. Also, if you have an Amazon device like Alexa, you can ask her to play Indie Vote Radio for you. Or check out Indie Vote Radio on indievote.com. It's a tab. What's not a tab? It's right in the middle of the page in the music section. It's a direct link onto the radio station.
We truly appreciate each and every one of you listening in right now on the radio. We hope that you stay tuned with us. If at all possible, go over and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that bell for notifications. Mm-hmm. Help us out with our algorithms. And help us become monetized so that we can worry about what we have to talk about.
You won't want to miss it. You won't miss a word. You won't miss a thing of us because in a minute of Indie Vote, because too, especially next week, Randy, we'll be coming at people a lot. Probably Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will be Grand Rapids Comic-Con.
Yes. With Mark Hodges. We'll be broadcasting from the Grand Rapids Comic-Con, at least for Sunday Funnies. Yeah. Are we going to be doing a couple of other broadcasts through
I think so, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that'll be great. And you never know who's going to show up there. So Well, we'll see who we can get grabbed, who we can grab to come in front of the microphone. You might be surprised who we have there.
Don't do too much grabbing, Randy.
Well, we can't. No, I mean, we not like that. No.
I know.
Be like, come here.
Yeah.
I'll take us out of here. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you back here.
Well, before you go, let's point out to folks that IndieVolt, you can write us at IndieVoltLive at IndieVolt.com. Please put IndieVolt Live in the subject matter. We are here to help educate everybody. So feel free to send us a note, drop us an email. Please keep them to 90 words or less so that Varian can read them on the air and we can address any question or statement or problem that you may have. No problem too big, no problem too small, as long as it's in regards to comics or this entertainment medium that we love so much.
Mm-hmm. I will take us out of here. Everyone, have a great day. We'll
Everybody,
see you every week. Try to lead this industry a better place than you found it.
Please do. And make sure you buy alternative and independent comics, especially ours.
Here we go.
As Daphne would say, take care, everybody. Stay safe.
Yay! Think about what you've accomplished.
Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.